which is his word, if you meditate on it day and night, you will be what? Like a tree planted by the rivers of water. I am so sick. I didn't get into no discussion with people about it. God was saying, oh man, everybody that get out there, man, and get stuck on drugs and alcohol, they weak-minded. I left it alone because I was getting ready to go in. Because guess what? When you understand that when you have all of this around you, it's not about being weak-minded. It's about actually being surrounded by it and don't feel that there's no way out. So that when we confess with our mouth, then we now are saying that I am no longer a part of this. I no longer desire to be a part of this, and I am going to seek the Lord. Now, in seeking God and reaching, knowing that he desires you, then you no longer pay attention to what you see.
Amen.
It looks bad, and the world tells you that it looks bad. Oh, you can't do nothing about it. Now, I'm going to talk just a little bit here. I had to leave it alone. I was on a radio broadcast Friday up in Elyria, and a brother there his daughter was 28 years old, a pastor there. His daughter died from breast cancer, 4th stage. And I'm asking God for wisdom. I really am. You have no idea how much that's my prayer now, for real.
Amen.
And God didn't give me anything to say, because how do you say to a man who's lost his daughter that God healed my wife? So you just be quiet. That goes back to studying to be quiet. So then, if that means that did he make a mistake? Did he do something wrong? I don't know. It ain't none of my business. But I know one thing, that I'm praying for that brother, because he still hold on. He gives the testimony of his daughter, how she was in the Lord. So one thing I'm getting to is this: is that when you begin to confess with your mouth, you no longer pay attention to what you see.
Amen.
Because you begin to walk in what God has said. And then even when it looks bad, you understand now why Paul could say that for Christ I live, and to die is gain. Don't care what it looks like. Y'all know, those of you who read the book of Acts, you know that Paul was thrown out on a pile of horse manure. Now, I don't know about you, but if you ever seen a horse, when he do what he got to do, he does a whole lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't like you stepping in some dog poo, okay? So then to be thrown out over a wall on top of that and get up and say, yeah, I'm just ready to serve God anyhow. I'm going to preach the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ anyhow. And that's when you begin to have confessed, seen what God has done, got a history with God, and know what God has done, will do, and is currently doing.
Amen.
You then can say, okay, I got it. Does that mean that you won't have some days where you're a little... but then you get to the point to where you go back to something that what seems to be simple as Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd. Now you can't get no better than that. And we worried about who's going to be president. If the Lord is my shepherd, it can be Obama, his grandmama, and everybody else can be Trump and all these other folks. Because guess what? God is going to keep you anyhow. Now let me give you some history here. In the African American community, down south, where are your people from?
Alabama.
What part of Alabama?
Montgomery.
Montgomery. My people are from Montgomery too. North Montgomery Baptist Church.